Hey guys, it's Billy, and first I just want to say happy Halloween. Now, I know you're probably confused by this video right here, and I promise this is not a whole video of me dancing with my mannequin. But I wanted to provide a little bit of a backstory to show this is my mannequin, Octavia. I ended up buying her basically at this time last year. I always wanted one, so I said, you know what, I'm going for it. And I figure it's time for a change. Now, as you can see, Octavia has been through a few different fashion looks. You know, we have different wigs, different makeup looks, different outfits, and all of that. But it is officially spooky season, so that's why I had to transform her from this to this hauntingly beautiful ghost bride. If you like all things spooky and want to see more of these transformations, please do me a favor and like this video and also subscribe. I'm going to be busting out a lot more for October.
Hey guys, it's Billy, and this is my mannequin, Octavia. And you know what? I painted her blue for one reason, and one reason only. To be a forever corpse bride prop. I think so. What do you think about it? Alright, so I used acetone to take off the makeup that she already had on, and I also took off her eyelashes. And she looks so scary. And they kind of like melted her eyes a little bit. She got like crazy eyes.
This is a little terrifying.
So I started out and I already painted her whole base the same blue that is, fun fact, in this room. So she actually will match the wall completely.
Wall, same paint. I mean, yeah, this is terrifying. If I just painted over her eyes and everything and just left her against the wall, I think that would be super spook, as is. But that's not what we're doing today, is it? Lovely.
Now, my main challenge with this, though, is actually I do not want to buy anything for it. I just want to work with all materials that I have here at the house or materials that I found from one of my dumpster diving trips. So, I'm excited because I'm going to get creative and be a little innovative, and this just goes to show you can make an awesome prop. Don't have to spend a lot. I mean, granted, I'm fortunate I already have a mannequin on home. Many people don't. But you can still get creative with it. So up first, I am going in with teal from Golden Fluid Acrylics. So I have a little bit here that I put down on the cardboard. And next, I'm going to add a little bit of a drop of acrylic paint. I've had this forever. So this is what we have so far. Let's see what it turns out to. Ooh. Well, okay, it's certainly pigmented. And I don't want her to be too blue, though. Do a patch test. I'm going to go in with a little more of that original paint that I used before with my paint can right here. Now this is actually Marquee One Coat Hide Long Lasting Guarantee. Alright. And I really want to get a nice dimension because obviously later I'm going to go in and contour with darker blues and makeup, but I didn't want the main base of her to look so blue or be too white. And I'm actually super excited though because for her veil, I found an old bed train, like a bed veil kind of. So I'm gonna use that. And then behind Joann's in their dumpster, I found a bunch of flowers they were throwing away. Actually, I could show you. All of these are different flowers. So I'm gonna use some for the her crown veil itself. And then the others I'm gonna use for her bouquet. And I'm gonna make them all blue and like spooky looking, obviously. But I absolutely love Halloween. It's my favorite season. So it's currently October 1st, the first official day of Halloween. But if you're a real Halloween lover, 365 days of spookiness. Alright, but I'm going to keep doing this, but all over her body, and I will be back once we are done.
So currently, Homegirl looks a little crazy. I will admit it 100%. Anyways, these white materials right here are actually like a mattress casing that I found in the dumpster at Bed Bath & Beyond. Brought it home, bleached it. And I'm using it to be basically the whole bust for the dress overall. Right now it looks crazy, but trust the process. Right, girl? I know the sweetheart neckline is a mess. It's not very sweet right now, but I was going to sew, and then I was like, you know what? It's really not worth it. It's not like a human's gonna wear this, you know, just a prop. So I'm actually hot gluing it right directly to her, and it works because then the hot glue, when I go to peel it off later, if I want to change her into something else down the road, it will take the blue paint off, and then I will eventually take all this blue off of her anyways if I don't keep her a forever prop forever. Now, the bottom here is closed, as you can see. We're having like a slight mermaid moment. Yes, I've watched The Dress with my sister for years, but I am going to make a slit up the middle. I'm going to add more fabric to the sides. I'm going to go in and add all detailing on the bodice. I'm going to probably make a little belt so this way I keep her nice and cinched in. So now I took the second part of the mattress pad cover and I cut off the zipper, and now I'm going to drape this around her waist and basically make a more full skirt. You'll see what I mean, but ultimately once it's in place, it will be then creating that V shape and adding more of a full bottom. You shall see. Now it's time to break out Grandma's antique lace. Grandma, if you could see this, I'm sorry. We have the white, like the ivory, and the light blue, and now I'm thinking this would be perfect detailing to go in right here on top and accent all the way through. Now I am going in with the lace to basically go over all the edges on top. This way the dress looks a little more finished and put together. The best part about any Halloween prop though is you don't have to be perfect with it because the imperfections just add to the overall spookiness. But as you can see, I am taking the hot glue and I'm just doing layer upon layer and being conscious to cut the lace on an angle so this way it kind of meets together in the middle of the sweetheart neckline. And to me, she still looked a little too blue, so I'm going in with that lighter paint again to add a little bit of contrast. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Now clearly, we have a lot more work to do. I just put the wig on in the meantime, just so this way I can try to spray it and make it a little more blue. We're coming along. Granted, the whole face has to be done, so just ignore that for now. And also, we have the veil, and we have to finish the dress. Now it's time to make things a little more blue, so I am using a L'Oreal temporary hairspray to basically tone down this gray wig. Again, my goal is I didn't want to have to buy anything for this project, so I wanted to work with what I had, and I've had this crusty gray wig forever, and it's been through a lot. So now we're adding some blue on top of the green that's already in it, on top of the gray tone it already is. I also wanted to use this spray too to be a little bit of a tint for the dress, and I even went in on the cheekbones to use it as a DIY airbrush, which actually came out really nice. I am now going in with a darker acrylic paint, so this way I could really add some dimension and depth to not only the dress, but also the bones, the collarbones, the eyes, and all that good stuff. When it came to her eyes, I initially ended up going in a complete different direction than I was going to do. At first I was going to do something that was a little more soft, but then I kept thinking in my head that promotional image that American Horror Story used, I'm pretty sure for Asylum, of that lady in all white with black tears coming down her face. I remember thinking that there was just something so scary and simplistic about it. For the tears themselves, I went in with the hot glue gun just so this way I could have them cascade down. And on top of the hot glue, I went in with some black exterior paint because I wanted the eyes to be super dark to the point that they just almost look sunken in and hollow. And I am again breaking out my trusty hot glue gun to hold down the wig. I didn't want it to slide back, so I figured it would just be easiest just to kind of hot glue the lace down in the front and on the sides. From there, I didn't want the lace to be blunt, so I did go in with some blue eyeshadow just so this way I could blend it in with the roots a little bit and make it not look so obvious that it's a wig. Now that her wig was officially glued down in place, I had to break out the veil. This was really easy to make. I just ended up using some metal wire, wrapped it around a few times, and then hot glued this clear sheer veil basically to it. It was initially a big bed canopy. I just cut it up the middle, and then I went over it with some fake flowers in the front, just to hide the wire. Now it is time for my favorite part. I'm going in with some blood gel. This is great because against black, it is always going to look nice and moist. I know moist freaks people out, but I just love how creepy it looks. I put it over her eyes, over the tears, and over her lips too. And actually, it looked a little too red on the tears for me, so I do end up going over it again with some black paint. And I figure why not add some blood going down the front of the dress just a little bit. So I, of course, couldn't stop, but I ended up going in with more hot glue over and over. So this way now it appears like her eye sockets are actually melting out. I'm going to go back in with the black paint, so this way add some more depth, maybe a little more of the spooky blood. And she is good to go. All I need is some creepy humming, put her in the window, maybe add a little bit of a blue underlight, and I think we're in business. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. And if you enjoy these kind of videos, let me know, like it, and please subscribe. All right, until next time.